Hello, this is class 15. This is the last class of the term. Again, there are 4 stories. And again, find a partner, get together remotely and watch the videos together, gain an understanding of the videos, and then practice saying them to each other. Here we go. Here's the first story. Story 1 is a horse falls in a hole. Wallace is a farmer. He has many goats and a few horses. And one day, Wallace is walking his favorite horse, tending the goats, when the horse slips and falls into a deep sinkhole. The horse is not hurt in the fall, but it can't get out of the hole. Wallace puts a rope around the horse and tries to pull it out, but it doesn't work. Wallace climbs down into the hole and tries to push the horse out from behind, but he cannot. He pushes and pulls many times, but the horse is stuck in the hole. Wallace knows no one is coming to help him. The nearest town is 30 kilometers away, and no people nor roads come anywhere near the hole. He's on his own. The sun is hot, the hole is deep, and the horse has no food or water. Wallace decides to walk home to his house, but in the morning he returns with food and water. The horse drinks the water and eats some of the food, but it still can't get out of the hole. For a whole week, Wallace brings food and water to the horse and tries many different things to try and get the horse out of the hole, but nothing works. And finally, after a week, he gives up and he decides that the best thing to do is to kill the horse by burying it. He thinks that's the kindest thing for the horse, but Wallace is sad. It's his favorite horse. The next day, Wallace brings a shovel. He digs soil from the side of the hole and he pours it down onto the horse from above. The horse does not like the feel of the soil on its back and shakes it off. The soil falls down onto the horse's feet, and the horse does not like the feel of the soil on its hooves, and it steps up onto the soil. Wallace realizes he's discovered a way to get his horse out of the hole. He pours more and more soil down onto the horse again and again, and again the horse shakes off the soil, it falls down to his feet, and he steps up onto it. Little by little, the horse starts to rise out of the hole, and by noon, the horse's head is above the hole. And 1 hour later, the horse takes a great jump and jumps out of the hole and trots over and starts to eat some fresh green grass under a tree. Wallace is very happy, and he walks home with his favorite horse. Story 2 is Kate Likes the Rain. Kate is an elementary school student in Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver is cold in winter, but Canada is very cold, and actually Vancouver has very little snow. It's warm, and it rains every day. Vancouver is on the west coast of Canada, near the ocean, so it gets very little snow, but a lot of rain. In fact, in Vancouver, in winter, it rains almost every day, but that's okay because Kate, she loves the rain. In the morning, Kate comes downstairs and opens the curtains, and if it's raining, she's very happy. She's like, yes! She quickly eats her breakfast and gets ready for school. Now, Kate has some very nice rain clothes. She has a beautiful rain hat, which is yellow. She has a long rain jacket, which is yellow, and it comes down to her knees. And she has yellow boots, which come up to her knees. And she has a beautiful red-style Japanese geisha umbrella. Kate likes to walk to school in the rain for 3 reasons. The first reason is she likes the sound of the rain hitting her umbrella. It makes a pitter-patter sound on her umbrella, and Kate likes the sound so much she'll even go shake a tree to make the rain fall harder. Kate also likes the feel of the water on her feet. She will walk into a puddle and she will stamp her feet up and down to make the water move about. She enjoys the swish-swish of the water hitting her boots. The third reason Kate likes to walk to school in the rain is the kind words of the people at her school when she arrives. When she arrives at school, her principal is outside greeting the students. He's saying, good morning, and then he sees Kate. And he says, Kate, that is a beautiful umbrella. It makes you look so nice. And she says, thank you, principal. Then Kate goes to her classroom and her teacher sees her. And her teacher says, Kate, that is such a cute rain jacket you have on. You look absolutely adorable. She says, thank you, teacher. Her friends tell her her hat looks cool and her boots are really bright and cute. And she says, thank you. And it's because of these kind words from the people at her school that Kate likes to walk to school in the rain. Finished. Story 3. Cheese for breakfast. One morning, a fox is walking in the forest looking for her breakfast. She's very hungry, but she could not find any food to eat. And she was walking and looking up, and she sees a large crow in the tree with a large piece of cheese in his mouth. The fox decides that she's going to get that cheese and have it for her breakfast. And she says, "Good morning, Mr. Crow." The crow looks down at her in surprise, but he doesn't open his mouth, so he doesn't want to lose his breakfast. The fox looks up and says, "Mr. Crow, I never noticed before, but you have a beautiful black color. Your beautiful eyes are very black, and they match your feathers so nice." The crow's eyes get very large at the compliments and nice words from the fox, but the crow still does not open his mouth because it doesn't want to lose his breakfast. The fox continues and says, "What a very clever bird you are, Mr. Crow. You are the king of the forest, I think. I've seen you do many, many clever things, and I think you should be the king of all the birds." The crow really wants to be the king of all the birds in the forest, but he also really wants to eat the cheese, and so he keeps his mouth closed. Finally, the fox says, "Mr. Crow, I know you are a beautiful and clever bird, but is your song very beautiful?" Well, the crow really wants to show the fox that he can sing very well, and he opens his mouth and starts to sing, and immediately the cheese falls from his mouth down onto the ground. And the fox says, "Thank you very much, Mr. Crow. Your cheese is going to be very delicious, and oh, by the way, you are not very beautiful, and nor are you very clever, but your cheese is very delicious." The crow is very unhappy and hungry because he's opened his mouth and lost his cheese breakfast. Finished. And the last story for class 15 is Catherine's birthday present. Last Tuesday was Catherine's birthday. She was 26 years old, and she wanted to have a birthday party in her new apartment. Catherine lives in the same city as her family, but when she landed a good job, she moved out of her parents' house, and she rented a small one-bedroom apartment in the city center, within walking distance to her new job. This year, she wanted to celebrate her birthday in her new apartment. She invited her mother and father, sister, and a good friend and her boyfriend to come to her new apartment. Everyone came to her apartment for the dinner party. They all sat around a small dining room table and ate a delicious meal together. After dinner, they had a vanilla chiffon birthday cake with buttercream icing, and 26 candles were placed around the cake, and everyone sang happy birthday. For her birthday, Catherine received 3 presents. She got a new designer handbag from her family, 2 symphony orchestra tickets from her friend, and from her boyfriend, she got a beautiful red dress. Catherine loved the dress, and after the party she tried it on, but the dress was one size too small. It didn't fit her. She knew the shop the dress had come from, and decided to exchange it the next day. She also decided not to tell her boyfriend the dress was too small and didn't fit. Catherine wanted to wear the dress on Friday on a date with her boyfriend. He was taking her out to a very nice restaurant, and she was taking him to the symphony orchestra. On Wednesday, Catherine worked until 9 o'clock at night, and she went to the store after work, but the dress shop had closed. It closed at 8. And so the next day at lunchtime, she slipped away from work early and she went to the shop. When the shop clerk saw the dress and the box that it came in, she explained there would be no problem exchanging the dress, even though Catherine did not have a receipt. Catherine got exactly the same dress as before, only one size larger. The clerk smiled as she wrapped up the new dress, and the next day, when Catherine opened the dress box, she found a small note on top of the dress with her name on it. It said, "Catherine, I know you will look wonderful." Before she left her apartment that night, Catherine put the 2 concert tickets in her new handbag. She wore the new dress out to dinner with her boyfriend. They both enjoyed a delicious meal and a wonderful concert. It was a great date. The end. And that's the end of class 15.